Dating as an INFJ is complicated. We crave deep, soulful connection, like those movie scenes where two characters sit under the stars, talking about life until the sun rises. But in real life, it feels like trying to find a unicorn in a haystack. Not just rare, mythical. People often accuse INFJs of being too picky, too idealistic, or too hard to understand. But here's the truth. INFJs aren't asking for perfection. We're asking for alignment. And because we make up only about 1 to 2% of the population, finding that alignment can feel like threading a needle in the dark. So what does an INFJ really need in a partner? Today, we're breaking it down into 10 things INFJs absolutely need to feel safe, understood, and loved. These aren't nice-to-have extras. They're non-negotiables. If you're an INFJ, you'll probably nod through the whole video. And if you're dating one, consider this your roadmap. 1. Depth, not small talk. For INFJs, small talk is like eating plain rice cakes when you're starving. It fills the silence, but it doesn't feed the soul. Ask us how the weather is and we'll smile politely, but inside, we're wilting. Ask us what we think happens after death, or what memory shaped our values, or what dream we've never dared to say aloud. And suddenly, we light up like Christmas morning. INFJs thrive on depth. We want to talk about ideas, philosophies, hopes, fears, purpose. That doesn't mean we can laugh at TikToks or quote memes. We love silly moments too. But if our relationship never moves past, "How was your day?" it won't last. Our soul needs to know yours. Story time. Imagine an INFJ on a date. The other person asks, "So, what's your favorite topping on pizza?" We'll answer, probably mushrooms. But inside, our brain is screaming, "Ask me something real." Contrast that with someone who says, "What do you think makes love last?" Instantly, we're all in. Psychology note. Depth is linked to meaning. INFJs use introverted intuition, NI, to process life through patterns and long-term meaning. Without a partner willing to go there, we feel starved. 2. Respect for alone time. Here's a secret. When an INFJ disappears into their room with tea, a journal, and noise-canceling headphones, it's not because we don't love you. It's because our inner world is Times Square on New Year's Eve. Constant fireworks of emotions, ideas, and empathy downloads. We need solitude to sort it out. A partner who understands this will never guilt-trip us with, "Are you mad at me?" or "Don't you want to hang out?" Instead, they'll say, "Recharge. I'll be here when you're ready." That's love. Humor angle. If you text an INFJ 6 times in a row while we're recharging, we'll probably throw our phone across the bed and pretend it doesn't exist. Not because we don't care, because we literally can't. Think of it like plugging in a phone. The battery has to charge before it can work again. Psychology note. Alone time isn't optional for INFJs. It's how introverted personalities restore mental energy. Without it, burnout is inevitable. A good partner respects and protects that solitude. 3. Emotional honesty. INFJs are like human lie detectors. You can paste on a smile, but if you're upset, we'll feel it. You can say, "I'm fine," but we'll hear the micro crack in your voice. That's why dishonesty drives us crazy. If we sense something's off but you won't admit it, we spiral into overthinking, analyzing every detail, searching for answers. Emotional games aren't just frustrating for us, they're torture. The best partner for an INFJ is emotionally honest. If you're upset, say so. If you need space, admit it. If you're confused, own it. We'd rather deal with messy truth than polished lies. Story vibe. Picture an INFJ asking, "Hey, are you okay?" and hearing, "Yeah, I'm fine." We'll spend the next 6 hours replaying the conversation. But if you say, "Honestly, I had a bad day and don't feel like talking yet," we relax. Honesty clears the fog. Psychology note. INFJs rely heavily on extroverted feeling, FE, which seeks emotional harmony. When honesty is missing, our system short-circuits. 4. Consistency over chaos. Unpredictable partners drain us. Hot one day, cold the next. Sweet in texts, but absent in person. INFJs won't last in that dynamic. We need stability, not boring repetition, just reliability. If you say you'll be there, be there. If you make a promise, keep it. Our nervous system thrives when actions and words align. Analogy. Think of INFJs like Wi-Fi users. We don't need the fastest speed, but we need the connection steady. Dropped signals, ghosting, mixed signals, broken promises make us anxious. Consistency, on the other hand, builds deep trust. Psychology note: because INFJs are intuitive and future-focused, inconsistency feels like instability. Consistency creates the security we need to open up fully. 5. Support for our weird ideas. INFJs have imaginations that never clock out. At 2 a.m., we'll say, "What if we started a non-profit for rescue owls?" Or, "Do you think reality is just a simulation?" A dismissive partner kills that spark. The right partner? They listen. They say, "Tell me more." Even if it sounds impractical, they respect the dream. Story. An INFJ shares an outlandish idea. The wrong response: "That's dumb." The right response: "I don't fully get it, but I want to understand why it matters to you." That single sentence makes us feel safe enough to keep sharing. Psychology note: INFJ's Ni plus Phi combo means our ideas are tied to our identity. Supporting them, even just by listening, feels like supporting us. 6. Clear and kind boundaries. INFJs are notorious for ignoring our limits until we collapse. We'll say yes until we're overwhelmed, and then, slam, the door shuts. People call it the INFJ door slam, but really it's just self-preservation. That's why we need partners with clear, kind boundaries. Say what you need. Say what you can't do. Vagueness and passive aggression make us spiral. Directness, paired with kindness, makes us relax. Example: instead of "do whatever you want," translation, hidden resentment, say, "I need tonight to myself, but let's plan for tomorrow." That's clarity, and it feels like love. Psychology. Note: INFJs need structure in relationships. Boundaries provide it. When partners model healthy limits, INFJs actually become better at setting their own. 7. Patience. With our overthinking. We'll admit it, INFJs overthink. We'll analyze your text punctuation, your tone at dinner, your 5-second pause before answering. It's exhausting, for us and for you. The right partner doesn't shame us for it. They ground us. They say, "Hey, we're okay," or "You don't need to figure this all out right now." That reassurance cuts through the fog. Humor moment. If you've ever seen an INFJ stare at a text for 10 minutes deciding whether to reply, "Okay," or "Okay," yeah, that's us. Don't laugh too hard. We're suffering. Psychology note: INFJ's Ni and Fei combine to create loops of prediction and people-pleasing. A patient partner helps interrupt those spirals. INFJs don't just want a partner. We want a teammate on a mission, a shared why. This doesn't mean we need to start a global movement together. It could be raising a family with strong values, volunteering side by side, or simply building a home filled with kindness. But without purpose, we get restless. Story. If you ask an INFJ, "What's our bigger vision as a couple?" and they say, "I don't know," watch how restless we become. But if you say, "I want us to live intentionally, even in small ways," we're hooked. Psychology note: INFJ's idealism isn't fluff. It's a core driver. Shared purpose turns our relationships into rocket fuel. 9. Acceptance of our complexity. INFJs are contradictions. Introverts who love people, dreamers who get practical. Soft until our values are crossed, then unmovable. The wrong partner tries to simplify us. The right partner accepts it all. They don't say, "You're too complicated." They say, "I love all the layers." Humor angle: one day we're writing poetry about starlight. The next we're alphabetizing the spice rack like it's a military operation. That's us. Love both sides. Psychology note, INFJs integrate opposites. A partner who embraces those contradictions helps us thrive. 10. Encouragement to grow. INFJs are growth-oriented. We're constantly learning, evolving, becoming. A partner who says, don't change, stay the same forever, suffocates us. What we need is encouragement. Someone who says, I love how you're growing, keep going. That's oxygen. Partners who fear our growth will lose us. Partners who cheer it on will have us for life. Psychology note, growth is the INFJ's lifeline. And if you're dating one, congratulations. You've got a rare gem. Now you know the map to love them well. Drop it in the comments.